students who are in the online. Am I audible, students? Come in. Okay. So last class we already completed line properties. What are the line properties you remembered? P pi plot dot p pi plot dot plot x comma y. That is x-axis values and y-axis values. LS, LW, C. What is C there? Color. So that is called line properties. So line style, LS represents how many values? 3. Solid, dotted, dashed, and a dash dotted, dash dotted. Already I said that values to you people. And at the same time, marker properties. How many marker properties are there? Not remembering. Marker, comma, MEC, comma, MFC, comma, MS. The starting problem. Kada? Right. When the engine start that self has gone. You need to go for rod, kick rod to kick. So self problem. This is called engine problem. So engine problem, because when we start, bus will not start. We have to push. Backside, some people has to push. So then only the engine will start. Marker properties, I said. So the marker property set x comma y comma marker comma MEC comma MFs. What are the complete line properties? X comma y comma LS comma LW comma C comma marker comma MEC comma MFC comma MS. These are the properties. These are the examples also explained in the class. These are the examples I gave you in the last session. How to draw the plot, how to draw the varieties of plots, all those things explained. Might be you practiced it, all those kind of examples with a marker, MEC, MFC colors also you learned it. And by seeing the colors and all, don't try to be impressed. And this is only business content you try to understand. X-axis title, Y-axis title, and then line graph. So we applied X label and Y label, etc. We said that kind of thing, students. But at the same time, I would like to go to today our continuous properties. So here I'm having, and in this place, our explanation is going on now. These are the types of plots. How many types of plots are there? Come on, I forget. What are those plots? Line plot, bar plot, horizontal plot. In that bar plot, varieties of types. Under that, scatter plot, histogram, pie plot. These are the varieties of plots we got it. Now it is a time to see to move to the other. These things. So setting the line properties, setting x-axis, y-axis, we must know all these line properties. And last class we learned up to what? These properties we learned it, right? Now I am going to enter into the setting the font properties to the titles. So this is the one we got it. Line properties, marker properties, and label properties. Now today we need to learn it. Setting the font properties. So today we are going to enter. So let us start about what will be the font properties to understand. So what the font properties meaning is x-axis label we said or not? That x-axis contains what? Generally it was displayed like this. You observe it here. Here we are having x-axis which is in block, y-axis which is in block, and a line graph which is in block. So I want to go for taking some font name I want to select, font style I want to select, font size I want to select, font name, font style, and then what? Font size I want to go for it. For that, we are having what? These properties to learn it. Setting the font, we need to go for it. How to set the font? There is some type of function is available for us. What is the function? To set the font, to set the font. General syntax I'll give and I will apply to our example also. To set the font property to the graph set, graph properties, to the plot, to the plot, we use, we use the function name called what do you know? We use the function name. Two things we will use it, students. One is called, suppose I'm writing here, this I will write it. Some small sentence I will write it. Don't worry about it. In this place, if I go for it, syntax if I go, pyplot, pyplot object dot, I'm going to write it. X label, X label. What we used to write generally earlier, label name, right or not? Label name, X axis label name, comma, we will write it. Today, we are going to write it, comma, one attribute we are going to take it. Font dict is equal to, font dict is equal to, today we are going to mention it. Font dict, one extra attribute we are going to get it. Font dict is equal to, I am going to mention font 1. Font details, whatever it is, font 1. What is the font 1? I will tell you here. That is called font 1 is equal to, I need to mention in the form of dictionary. I need to mention in the form of dictionary. Sir, what to mention there, sir? There I need to mention font name to be written in the form of family. Font name to be written in the form of what? Family. Colon, you need to write name of the font. Name of the font, I will write it. Font name, I will write it. Font name, I will write a font name. Are you following me now? Font name, you need to write it. Next, I will write it. Font color, you need to write color. You need to write something like a color. So there is another property called color, font color. To be passed, what you know, color name you need to pass. Color name you need to pass. Next is called what you know, size you need to mention. You need to mention the size. I will write it here. Size is equal to, size is equal to, font size I will write it. Numerical value this is. Numerical value this is. So this is comes under font. This is font property here. I need to write it. This is called what now? Variable name. Variable name. Here you need to write pyplot dot x label x axis. Here I am writing x axis label name. Font dict is equal to what is this now? Font dictionary name. Font dict name you need to write it. Here variable name is nothing but font dict name only you need to mention. Why it is called font dict name? Because it is available in the form of what? Key comma value pair. That's what is called font dict name. You can create not only one font dict name, you can create multiple font dict names. Now you can set for this another one. This is called y-axis, y label. Here I will write it y-axis label name. Font dict is equal to font dict name. Next I will write it what? plt dot title. plt dot title. Title of. Now what is this now? Plot title. Plot title. Plot title. I will write it. Font dict is equal to font dict name. I can write it. So I will go to the example here. I'll go to the example. Try to go to this now. I'm going to enter into this place. I think you are getting it. So this is a syntax for setting the font for what? X-axis label and then what? So the following are the syntaxes. The following are the syntaxes are the syntaxes are the syntaxes used in setting the font, used in setting the font for x-axis, x-axis comma y-axis and and title of the plot. Title of the plot. So now I will go to the example here. Let me carry out, start this now. Go to the Jupyter notebook. So there I will take the graph. So tell me, have you practiced it? Hmm? Right. So now I am going to take up some more graph here. What is the graph? How do you draw the graph? How do you plot a graph? Import the module, select the x coordinates, select the y coordinates. Come on, set the x-axis, use plot function to represent that x comma y, and set the properties for x, marker size, and then labels and etc. if you are interested. So I'll go for what you know. This is called what? Setting, because later I will set the title of it. Import. Come on. Matplotlib, matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, as plt. Come on. X is equal to one more. I will take it. Import numpy as np. Import numpy as np. X is equal to np dot array of array of. I'm going to write it here. I'm going to write it 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. I will write it. Y is equal to x star 2. X star 2. Is it valid or not? First you tell me. Valid, invalid. Be careful. Valid, invalid. Hmm? Valid. Good. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Hmm. Raise your hands. Valid, invalid. Valid. According to which property? Very good. Excellent. That is what I want. Vector based operations. That is called valid. That is the important. Every value of x is going to be multiplied with 2. నేను వెరీ గుడ్ అనగా చాలా రోజులు అయిపోయింది అసలు. గుడ్. Vector based operation. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not possible with what? This list. When I go to the list, what it becomes? Hmm? When I go to the list, what it becomes? When I go to the list, what it becomes? తెలియదు. So, if I go to the 2, what is an answer? What is an answer? It is a repetition operator. Star 2. It is a repetition operator. But 1, 2, 3, 4 repeated 2 times. Udubabulu. 1, 2, 3, 4 repeated 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 repeated 2 times. Repetition operator. Not completed. Not completed. Completed. So if I go to here, import numpy as np, as np. If I say np dot array of, if I take np dot array of star 2, if I write it, it is going to become vector based operation. That is a beautiful. 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 2 into 4. So my graph is drawn between what? My graph is drawn between what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is called what? 2, 4, 6, 8. This is the graph which is drawn. Anything, whatever you feel it, you x-axis, y-axis you feel. This is a very important. These are all things called. So, coming to the point back, here I will move to that further. Now I'm going to mention it normally. PLT dot plot of, PLT dot plot of x comma y, x comma y. LS is equal to solid. LS is equal to solid. LW is equal to something like 6. Something like color is equal to something like R. Marker is equal to something like O. And next MEC is equal to MEC. MEC is equal to what you know, green. Next MFC is equal to yellow. MFC is equal to yellow. Now I am writing something like this. Next is called what? MS is equal to some 10. MS is equal to some 10. PLT dot X label. X label. I am writing something like x-axis. X-axis. And next is called y-axis. I'm going to take it y-axis. So there I am writing y label. These are all these things you know. PLT dot title of. Now I'm going to write it line plot or line graph. So line graph. Now I will write it plt dot show, plt dot show. So this is the data which is going to be shown now. So it is going to be showing something like what is the point there. So a very big error came. So here I am getting marks. What are these marks? So something like marker. This is called marker. Where is that? Marker. marker. Marker is equal to. నేను చెప్పలేను అది మార్కర్ అని మీకు కూడా గుర్తులేదు కదా రైట్ సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ వాట్ అవర్ డేటా దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అవర్ డేటా సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అవర్ డేటా రిఫలింగ్ మార్క్స్ ఆఫ్ marker so this is data what we got it the point is x-axis and then y-axis our point is what setting the font for what this x-axis y-axis now I want to go for this kind of thing let me go to the font setting now font setting I am going to use it students try to follow me students now I am writing before this I'm going to write it anyhow that is plotting which I'm going to do set the font set the font properties set the font properties come on what is this now font 1 is equal to font 1 is equal to what is the first one family what is the family name I'm taking the name of the font I'm taking the name of the font there are so many font names are there the two which are certified by this Jupyter notebook of course I'm writing here series serif or serisa something like there is a name called sans serif times new roman windings so many number of names are there or not if we go to that if we go to this చూసుకున్నాం సరే there is a there is a font here I am going to write it అక్కడ ఉంటుంది set font these are all names arial block arial narrow unicode something so many names are there so maybe here I am taking something like yes something ends with start with yes somewhere else there is something like sans serif collections there is some name we am taking it there is some name called what maybe somewhere else there is some sans serif related kind of things these are all called so I mentioned in this case as like this next see students and these are all called certified names you need to take which is available in the matplotlib next I will write it what is the next one come on already available color is equal to now I need to take color is equal to so I'll write it color is equal to I need to say something like what blue blue next what is that size is equal to something like 16 something like 16 this is for which x-axis I'm taking y-axis you can take it so this is a font 1 here I will write it here I will write it what is an attribute man already said font dictive is equal to font dict is equal to you need to mention the name of it what is the dictionary name font 1 font 1 here also I need to copy the same font dictive here you need to remember so here you need to remember that's it comma I am writing comma I am writing execute it now you see what is this now matching with where is it so here in this case dictionary closing is important what you are starting with dictionary closing is important so expected key colon here colon yes color is equal to color is equal to next is called size is equal to size colon 16 like this so here we are going to get it are you seeing the blue x-axis and then y-axis and next is called what line graph earlier x-axis y-axis and then you see it is having different are you following me this is called What mechanism? Man, setting the font for setting the font for x-axis and y-axis. You can go for three different fonts also. You can take it. Students, remember always once suppose I'm taking Times New Roman. So here it is a font one. Suppose if it is times font two, I will take it. Font two I am taking. This is called a Times New Roman. I'm going to write Times New Roman. So New Roman. This is the one I am taking. If it is not there in that Jupyter notebook or in the that Matplotlib, we can't do anything else. This is going to be called as something like hot pink. Now I'm going to write like this. Now this is going to be font one. I will set for X label and Y label. For a title is concerned, I'm going to interested in setting what font two. You can change your font dictionary to different things. If it is not there, we can't do anything else. So it is going to give you, if any error is available, it is going to come. Line graph. It is taking what? Times New Roman. Are you getting me? This is called some hot pink like this. It is going to come. You can take it as what something like color is equal to something like red. You can take it. Something is equal to red. So it is going to be changing as something like this. Now I will take this data times New Roman of 26, 25. You can take it. 25. If I take it 25, it is a little bigger one. Are you following me? Like that, you can take it. Last and final, I'm going to take it. Last and final. For different things, you can take different things. Font 1, here I'm going to take it. Font 2, font 2, I'm going to take it. Arial, here I'm writing Arial block. Arial, Arial narrow, Arial black, something like this. Arial black. The size is 16 only. This is a font number 3. Font number 3. So let it be colors. You take care of it. Now I'm going to take it font 1. This is a font 2, font 3. So don't think that all the font names which are available in other IDEs may be available here. Don't expect it. It may be giving some sort of what? Arial black is not found, it is saying. Arial black it is not found, find it is saying. Something like just Arial you say. Arial you say. So here it is going to be available. Something it is available Arial. So it is, you see, this is different. This y-axis, x-axis is different. Are you following me? And this line graph is looking different. I hope you are following me. So you can go to this now, font type. So that font type attribute is not given, Eunice. It is given. Font name only given, family given, color is given, size only. The graphs, underline will not be there. Underline like this, underlines will not be there. Like in our MS Word and our underline will be there or not. That's a documentation purpose. As far as this is concerned, x-axis underline, y-axis underline will not be there. Eunice, I think you are understanding. So I think this is what the families has given it, and there is no much concentration about the logic on this area. They following? So, right. Now let us move to the further. This is about what is that now? How to set the font properties. Now setting the limits of what? X-axis and y-axis. So how to set the limits of x-axis and y-axis? I am going to enter into that. How to set the limits of x-axis and y-axis? I am going to send it. Easy, students. As we are, when we are taking this graph, when you are taking this graph, you are taking what is the limit here? 4. Starting from where? By default, it is taking as a 4. It means our values which will be passing there, it will be taken here. Maximum how much is taken here? 8. We are taking. How to set your own limit? Now I am going to take it. To set the x-axis limit and y-axis limit, we are using to set to set the to set the limits of x-axis and y-axis. To set the limits of x-axis and y-axis, we use two functions. We use two functions. Two functions. What those functions are? pyplot dot or something like xlim, xlim, and next is called what? Ylim. Ylim you need to take it. Xlim and what? Ylim you need to take it. Xlim and Ylim. What is the syntax here? What is the syntax I'm writing here? You need to take it as x limit and y limit. You need to take it. How to take that x limits and y limits? We need to go for it here. So easy, students. Pyplot dot pyplot dot. Here I'm writing it dot. What I'm writing? Xlim of xlim of. You need to mention it. What will be the value of it? That is nothing but lower value of x-axis, lower value of x-axis, and next is called what? Higher value of what? Lower value of x-axis and higher value of x-axis. So higher value of x-axis, lower value, and then higher value of x-axis. Are you following me? So next I'll go for x-lim, and next is called y-lim. I need to go for it. So what is the value now? Y-lim of y-lim is called what? What is this now? Actually, this is called left of x-axis value, right of x-axis value. This is called what? Down value of x-axis and up value of y-axis, like this. Because always graph should be kept in your mind. This is a right and this is a left. For this, it is called what? Low, and this is called what? Up. This is called lower and this is called up. This is a down value of y-axis, upper value of y-axis, a lower value of x-axis, and next is called what? Left or right. So no problem even if you write like this also, not an issue. Lower value of y-axis and then what? Higher value of what? Y-axis you need to mention it. Shall we go for the example? So let us move to the further example. Setting the x-axis limits and y-axis limits. Here only I will go for using that. Go to the place. Now I am going to use it. In this case, how to set it? X-axis limits and y-axis limits. So as usual, you take it, students. Here I am going to take it. One plot only I will take it here. There I am going to write plt dot plot of an empty plot I am taking. Set the x-axis limit and y-axis limit. What is it? Plt dot xlim. By default, if I write it plt dot show, it is going to show already. It is going to have 0.0 minus 0.04 minus 0.02 0.00 0.02 0.04. What is the difference? 0.02 is the difference. Above also same thing. Above also same thing. Here I need to set my own x limit and then my own y limit. I want to set it. How do you go for it? I am writing here x plt dot xlim. I am going to use it. Here I am writing 0 comma, or I can write it 0 comma 6. I will take it. There I am taking here 0 comma 6. You take it. So if we go for it, observe it. It is 1 minute. I think y lim. I need to go for y lim. So here you observe it, students. What is this now? 0. 0 to what? 6. This is called which limit? X limit. And this is called what now? Y limit. This is X lim and Y lim. To specify your own limit now, I will go for taking 10 to 20. 10 to 20. Here also 10 to 20. 10 to 20. 10 to 20. So this is a 10 to 20 and then 10 to 20. Are you following me? Something like that you need to take care about this kind of X lim and then what? Y lim. Clear? Right. Dead easy, students, not at all difficult. No logic is there. Nothing is there. Only you have to remember the functions. Like a doctor, you need to remember the tablet names. Doctor don't know what is there inside of it. Like a doctor. And if you go to the software field, pandas and python and all, you have to remember the logic development. But here you have to remember all functions. Libraries are your assets. I already said. Learning Python is nothing but learning about modules in Japan. If you remember that slogan, you will do everything perfectly. Correct? So, like C language, if you learn everything, not even one paisa you will earn in the software field, right? So, this is different. You have to go for now. Now, go for what? Setting the ticks for x axis and y axis. This means what? What are the ticks? So, here I am going to have the ticks values. So, I'm going to write 0 to 8, 0 to 9. Now, I need to mention the ticks. If you observe this diagram, what is the difference between this? 10, 12, like that I am having or not? These values are known as what? These values are known as what? So we can call. What is this 20? Higher value. What is this lower value? This is lower value. This is the upper value. These values in the middle are called what? Ticks. So how to mention the ticks? Now I'm going to represent here. Right? So is it clear, students? Online students? I think you are following me. What do you mean by ticks? X ticks and then what? Y ticks. So what do you mean by ticks? Ticks are nothing but a markers on which axis? X axis. Y ticks are nothing but what? Markers on which axis? Y axis. How to set the ticks? Now I'm going to enter into this. So go to the place here. Easy, not a difficulty here. X tick and then what? Y ticks I'm going to take it. Here I'm going to write it. X ticks and Y ticks. So to set the ticks for X axis and Y axis, here to set the x for x axis and y axis, we use two functions. We use two functions. They are, what are those two functions? X ticks, x ticks, and what? Y ticks, y ticks. X ticks and y ticks. What is the syntax? What is the syntax here? Py plot, dot x ticks of py plot dot x ticks of. There I mention it. There I will mention in the form of what? Since more than one value I am writing there, what I am writing? Value 1, value 2, so on what? Value n, value n. Similarly, I will go for what? Y ticks also value 1 and then what? Value 2. So I'll go for the x ticks and y ticks. Shall we go for x ticks and y ticks now? So let's go to the x ticks and y ticks. So go to the same place now. I'm going to write it. Just plot, you take it. As usually, you take the plot. You take this plot. Here I'm going to write it. Here I'm going to write it. So take care. This is generally it is available like that. Now I'm going to take about ticks. I'm going to take it. This is a default ticks I'm having or not. So I will go to the ticks. So setting the ticks. There I would like to take up like this. I'm going to write it. PLT dot. What is this? X ticks of. I'm going to write it 0 comma 2 comma 4 comma 6, for example, ticks. And y ticks I want to go for it something like 0 minus 1 on the T students. You don't set your own ticks in a unregular intervals. You know graph, how the graph ticks will be equal interval. You are writing now x axis scale is equal to y axis scale is equal to. You need to take proper intervals. So you need to take it as what you know minus 1 comma 0 comma 1. You can have number here 4 ticks I am having. Here how many ticks I am having? 3 ticks only. But it should be interval to maintain. Interval to maintain. I hope you are following me. So this is an important you need to ensure it. So if I go to it, I think X ticks and then what? Y ticks. X ticks and Y ticks you need to take it. See students, 0, 2, 4, 6. Which ticks? X ticks. What is this? Minus 1, 0, 1, Y ticks. So you can have like this also. You can have like this also. What I'm going to write it? 10, then 15, comma 20. Like this also you can have. Like this also you can have 0 to 2, 2 to 4, and then like this 0 to 10, 10 to 15, and then 15 to 20. Are you able to follow now? So like that one need to maintain it. So here I will write it something like 0 comma 0 comma 5 comma 15 comma 20. You can also have something like this: 0 to 5 and then 5 to 15 and then 15 to 20. There is some extra length is there or not? Generally in graphing that is not possible. You can mention it, but it is not going to be the system over there. Comma what next I will take it? 15 I can take it. This is also going to be always recommended to take what? Equal length on x-axis and y-axis. Are you okay? Recommended that is. Online students, you know how to set the ticks, you know how to set the limits. Getting my point? Now I am going to enter into the further. These are comes under general properties of a graph. If you want to define any type of plot, you are supposed to contain what plot? Line properties, marker properties, that is marker properties, label properties, setting the font for the label properties, and setting the limits of x-axis and y-axis, setting the ticks for x-axis and y-axis. So at least if anybody asking questions, and we can't predict that only directly the questions are coming only with the visualization. Who knows? There is a chance is asking some voluntarily. They may be asking a question. How? What are the various line properties? They must. The time you must remember the function name. You must remember the syntax. Completely, you must know about it. This is the last conclusion line. Last class. I think today's session you are understanding about the ticks and then what limits. Now I need to go for today some more new thing I want to tell you. This is a last class part what we got it. So today next I will go for what are the various other kind of things I want to get it. Now I will go to extra concept I want to introduce. Today we are going to learn it. Legend property. Spell out legend property. Before going to legend property, I will tell you how to draw multiple plots. How to draw multiple plots in the same line. Very, very simple. Now I'm going to and explaining drawing multiple plots, drawing multiple plots in same axis, AXES. Drawing multiple axis, multiple plots in the same axis. How to draw? Then after that I will go for drawing multiple plots. I will tell you. Next I will go for legend property. I will tell legend property. I will tell. Next I will tell you about grid property. I will tell grid property. Grid property. I will tell. Next I will tell. I will tell subplots. Subplots. I will tell subplots in multiple access. Multiple access. This is our next agenda we are going to discuss. Drawing multiple plots. And then next is called what? Legend property. చదవచ్చు కదా ఒకసారి అది. Come on. Drawing multiple plots in same axis. Legend property. Grid property. Subplots property. Before I used to start teaching, before my habits I will tell you. My habits, your habits need not to be same. You're having great habits are there compared to me. One of my habit I'll tell you. Before I came, when I in the beginning days of my teaching, when I was teaching Java I like it very much. That's my core field that makes me expert. Python is very simple. Java is very complicated. Nowadays students are learning Java by looking at them I get some tension how these people get Java. So what they are learning is completely theory. They are learning it. While loop they are learning. Syntax they are learning for 2 hours, 3 hours. Nobody will ask questions on while loop. Even in Python, I used to tell coding examples. Beginning days when I'm coming to the class, I used to revise myself. When I'm going on my scooty, I will tell collection framework. In that, what are the class names? I used to tell by myself. Because nobody will see when I'm keeping element. I'll tell array list, stack, array list, hash map, tree map. In that, what functions are there? But before telling to the students, I have to revise by myself. Like that, if I keep my mouth like this, if I come to the class, we cannot answer it. So the moment I write, good habit to the student is need to spell out by yourself. And whether adjacent student is speaking or not, I never bother about it. If they don't speak, they will go to garbage collector mouth. If you speak out, you will go to companies. That's why good property is what? Always need to spell out. చదవాలి సార్ అది. Read out. Drawing multiple plots. How to draw the multiple plots in the same axis. How to set the legend property. How to set the grid property. How to draw the subplots. Now I'm going to enter. Shall we go for drawing multiple plots? Yes. These things I'm going to enter into the further. These things I want to enter into the further. So let me go to the another aspect. Online students. So these XLIM, YLIM, XLTIX, YTIX, font family, whenever I want, I will carry forward. So let me go to the here. This let me go for it. Setting font, font, comma. What next? XLIM, comma, YLIM, and TIX, and TIX on X on X and Y axis examples. This I will post to you. Next, let me go to the new example. New example here. Very, very easy. Now let us move to the how to draw the multiple plots in same axis. Are you following? Coming to this place, this is my diagram, x-axis, and this is called what? Y-axis. So this is going to be Indian run rate, India run rate, and this is going to be something like New Zealand run rate. New Zealand run rate is coming like this. This is called x-axis. This is called a y-axis. Is it not called multiple lines? Multiple lines, na? So for this, what is required? Some set of x values required, y values required. For this also we require what? Some more x value, y values required. Right or not? So how many x values required here? 2. How many y values required? All of them are in which axis? Which axis? Same axis. Same axis. For both of them will contain same x-axis only, same y-axis only will present. Shall we start? Come on. What to do? What to do? How to draw? How to plot multiple plots? Multiple plots. That is multiple lines in same axis. Axis. How to draw multiple plots in same axis? Right? Tell me what to do from matplotlib import pyplot as plt. Plt dot, of course, I'm going to take up x is equal to, I'm writing one small example. What I'm going to write it, take care about it. I'm writing np dot a range. Do you know a range? Also a range. A range always gives what data? A range always gives which type of array? 1D array. Do you know how to convert into 2D array? How many ways are there? 2 ways are there. What is the first way? By using reshape of, and one more is shape of. Shape attribute. Shape attribute. Reshape of function. Shape of. Reshape function present into NUMPY module ND array now. నాకలి చూసి నా ఫేస్ ఫీలింగ్ సార్ ఫేస్ ఫీలింగ్ ఎంపీ లాగా ఉందా ఎన్డి లాగా ఉందా నన్ను డిసైడ్ చేయడం చాలా కష్టం. మీరు ఎన్పీనా ఎన్డి అరేనా? ఎన్డి అరే డాట్ యు ఆర్ చేంజింగ్ ద డైమెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎన్డి అరే. ఎన్డి అరే డాట్ reshape of, you need to use it. Anyhow, you are remembering that. 1,5, 1,6. What is 1,6? 1 to 5. 1 to 5. Okay. Y is equal to, there I am taking very beautiful x into, or first of all, x into, I am going to write it x into x star 2. What is the x star 2? squares of natural numbers. So I'm going to show two things: linear model, square model, cubic model. I'm going to show. Linear model means what? Sum of natural numbers. And next is sum of squares. That is a quadratic model and cubic model. Winner is it? No. In 8th class, 9th class level, you will come across. Linear model means natural numbers values to plot. Cubic square model, quadratic model means a square model. Cubic model means sum of the cubes. Even the code also is said in the class. Z is equal to x star star 3. X star star 3. So how many values I am having? Three values I am having. So three values I am having. Be careful, ma. Okay, if you don't worry, first two తీసుకుందాం. ఒకటే సార్ ఎందుకు high dose will give you problems. So small dose. So PLT dot plot of x comma x. X comma x means what? 1 to 1, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4, 5 comma 5. That is called what? X comma x. Right? Now, today I am writing simply x. What is that x represents? Here if I write only x, that means I am passing only which values? X value. It means I am not passing which value? Y value. That time it is taken single valued x model only I am passing. PLT dot first you see this. We see this values now. What is happening? You observe it. It is going to contain NP. Okay. Import NUMPY as NP. NUMPY as NP. You try to see, my dear students. It is going to be 0 to 1 to 5, and this is going to be called what? 0 to 4 also taken here. Now you see x when I say, it is taken as what? 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, 5 like this only it is taken. So here it is going to be taken something like this. Are you following this value now? Now here I am writing x comma x I am writing. X comma x I am writing. In this case, what is happening? Immediately the system is going to be changed. Indices are going to be changed. Are you following this? X value is going to be like this. Y value is going to be like this. Like that it is going to be mentioning. Now I will go to the further. X comma x is mentioned. Now I am going to take it. Another kind of value called PLT dot plot x comma y. What is the value of x? 1 to 5. What is the y value here? Squares. So what is this 1? 1 is going to be start with what? 1 only. And the next 2 is starts with what? 4. 4. Next 5 is going to be 3 is going to start with what? 9. So it is going to contain x-axis limits will be remain same. Y-axis limits will increase. Generally, now you look at the graph so that you can understand first. You observe it. Are you following me? So here 1 comma 1 both of them starts with the same thing. 2 is there, right? 2. 2. What is this now? It is exactly called what? Fourth place it is available. Now I will mention their markers also here. Come on, use it. What is this now? Marker. Marker is equal to M-A-R-K. Marker is equal to, I am writing O. Come on, what next? Something like, that entire stuff, marker and everything. Here I am writing something like marker is equal to what I am writing. Something like cross symbol I am writing it. Try to see this now. We are going to have it. Are you seeing this? What is this symbol now? This is of symbols for what? X-axis. This is a natural number sum. This is called what? Square sum here. And are you following this entire thing? Now I will go to, in the same axis there are multiple lines are there. I want to go for changing the color size also. So C is equal to what? Red. And this is going to be called what? Here C is equal to something like a green. I am writing something like this. So you are going to get it something like red, something like what? Green. Now I want to go for something like what you know. Third value also I want to go for it. Third value. I want to go for third value here. So how do I go for the third value here? I will go for z is equal to what? X star star 3 I will take it. X star star 3 I will take it. PLT dot, here I am going to write it. X comma what? Z I am going to take it. So this value I am going to take up. Something like star symbol I am taking. And here I will write it something like, so pink I am going to write it. So observe it now. So you are going to get it, this value, something like pink may be having some symbol. Pink is not a color, it is saying. Okay, let it be you change that as something like hmm, black. Something like black. So I mentioned it. You observe it. Are you following this now? So these are all called what? This is called one linear sum. This is called some square sum. This is called what? Cubic sum. I think you are following me. So this is all three things are there for me. So in a single plot, we are drawing how many plots? Multiple plots you can define. Now tell me what is this block represents? What is this block represents? Cubes. What is this green represents? Squares. What the red represents? Linear sum. Linear sum. This type of description box I want, that is known as what? Legend. I think you are following me. What is the legend? Legend says what? Description about my multiple plots. Description about my multiple plots. Are you following? So, how do you go for multiple plots here? Legend property I'm going to. Are you able to understand how to draw multiple plots? So you need to have what values? X value, Y value, Z value. So I'm writing plot of X comma X, plot of Y comma Y, plot of X comma Z, and different type of colors and all those things I mentioned it. I think there is no difficult about this. How to draw the plots? How to draw the multiple plots? We need to choose multiple X and Y values for each plot. So here I'll mention it for your better understanding. So I'll write it here. To draw the multiple plots, to draw the multiple plots, what we must select it? What we must select it? What you understand? You try to represent. To draw multiple plots. To draw the multiple plots. To draw the multiple plots, we must select. We must select. Even draw the X and Y values. We must select multiple. Multiple. We must select multiple X and Y values. So there I am going to write it. X1 is equal to X1 is equal to value 1, value 2, so on value n, so on value n. Next is called what you know? Y1. This is called Y1. This is called Y1. I will go to Y1. That is value 2. Like that I will take X2, Y2. X2, Y2 I will take it. X2, Y2. Maybe different values I will take it. So on I will write it. How do you draw now? Pi plot dot plot of what is this now? X1 comma Y1, X1 comma Y1. Next is called what? Pi plot of X2 comma Y2, X2 comma Y2. Like that I can draw any number of plots. That is nothing but Xn comma what? Yn. N number of plots you can draw the same axis. I hope you are getting it. Getting me? Right. Similarly, I will go for how to go for the legend property. Legend property I'm going to talk about it. How to set how to set legend property, I'm going to use it. So to set the legend property, what is the use of legend property? First of all, description about my multiple plots. For that we need to go for legend. So how do you go for the legend? So to set the legend property, we must use it to set the legend property. To set the legend property, we use we use function name called what? Legend. Legend. We need to use legend function. So what is the syntax? Syntax is available. What is the syntax here? PyPlot dot legend of. We need to go for different type of properties. You need to use it. Legend property, we need to use different type of properties. Different syntaxes are there. Different parameters are available here. What are those parameters? I'm going to write one by one. This is called one legend property. There I'm going to write it. Miku, if you follow me, I will write it before entering into that. PyPlot, I will write it dot legend of legend of. First one example I will show you students. Legend of. I need to mention it location where my legend to be available. LOC. LOC. The screen is available. This is my plot. This is known as what? Upper. This is called upper. This is called what? Lower. This is called what here? This is called what here? Right. This is known as what? What is this is called? Center. What is this is now? Hmm. So what is this is now? Right. What is this is now? Left. What is this is now? Upper. What is this is now? What is this is now? Center. So like that, there are some regions are available. Here there is some region. Here there is some region. I'll show you. What are the expected values we are going to get it? I will use it. And you can tell to PVM only. You set the legend wherever you like it. There is a best. There is an option called what? Best. So PVM only will study the data which is present in the plot, and in that place only, the best place only, this legend will be inserted. If I show you that, that's what I want to say. Explaining cinema in the theory format is not good. I have to show the cinema first so that you can understand the actors. So now about the cinema, I need not to tell you. You are an expert. You can teach the cinema to me only. So right or not? So cinema to me means already you know what is my intention of it. Are you understanding this multiple plots how to draw? Next up, I'm going to introduce how to set the legend. So this I will send you separately, students. Now I'm going to carry this legend property. I want to take it separately here again. So this I will carry as it is, students. Now you try to see. This is my data. Now I'm using quickly. I'm using the function name called plt dot plt dot. But I'm using legend. I'm using it. Legend. I'm using it. Simply I'm going to say legend. Are you following me now? Whenever I use legend, automatically what you will get it you see. So three lines are there with three different colors. What will be coming you see, students? What will be coming you see? What is happening here? Legend with no argument. No artist with labels found to put legend. So put the artist label. Start with some description is given there. What is the description? Under underscore are ignored when legend is called with no argument. That is nothing but here box is there. Here box is available. I want to keep it. What are those kind of things? I want to just tell one LOC here. Only legend like this, it is not possible. It is saying you have to use it what? Some sort of argument you use it. It is saying LOC is equal to I am writing something like best. I am writing LOC is equal to best. Now I'm trying to get it once again. LOC is equal to best. You are getting it. Now I'm going to write it. One more thing here. Labels you are getting. How many plots are there here? Three. What you are supposed to do is here before going to use legend. Now I'm going to use it. Labels. Labels is equal to. Now I'm writing labels is equal to. Labels is nothing but something like a list of values. For linear model, what value you want to take it? It is something like something like natural number sum, natural num sum. I'm writing comma natural number square, comma natural numbers cubes, natural numbers, natural number cubes. I'm writing here. There I am going to write it. Let it be LOC, you don't worry. Now I am writing here. Labels is equal to, labels is equal to, what are my labels? LAB, I am writing it. LAB, I am writing it. What is that LAB contains? Three plots are there with me. Three different plots labels I am writing it. Where it is coming, you try to see. Where it is coming, you see. Are you following me? Uddu Babulu? What is this? Which color? Red color. Red color with markers. That is comes under natural numbers. Natural number squares is called green. The black is what? Natural number cubes. Where it is coming by default? Where it is coming by default? Come on. So, ఒకసారి చెప్పేస్తాను. What this is known as? Right. What this is known as? What this is known as? What this is known as? Lower. This is known as what? Upper. This is upper. Upper right. What is this? Upper right. పలకండి. What is this now? Upper left. What is this is now? Lower left. What is this now? What is this is exactly? Center. Center. Now I am going to write it. This is the one I wrote it. One more I will try to write it. Same thing. Are you following me? When multiple plots are there with me, you try to represent the labels of each one. Labels of each one. Try to go to this place. Here I am writing same labels only, comma. LOC is equal to, you can write it what you know, best. Best means what? You are telling to the environment of the Matplotlib, you place it wherever it is available without disturbing my diagram. That is called what? Best fit we can call. If where it is showing here, it is showing here, right? That means there is no disturbance with the visibility of my graph. That is called what? Best fit we can call. Even if we write best also, even if we write best also, it is showing by default there only. So what is the LOC value? Best. Welcome. Best. Is it necessary to write best here? No. By default, it is called what only? Best. Now I will write it. Now I will write it. I am going to write it. Right, upper left is there. Here I will write it. LOC is equal to upper. Now, right, I am going to write it. Upper right. You can understand upper right where it is available. It is a here. Now it is going to be showing in this place. In this place, which is disturbing this visibility. That's why I always choose location is what? Best only. So upper right I am going to show. What is happening? You see, it is showing in the upper right. Are you okay? So this is going to be showing something like that. Next I'm going to use it. Next I'm going to use it. Now I'm going to write it. In this place, what is this now? Upper center. Upper center I am writing. Whether it is there or not, we don't know. It is there. Upper center. Are you okay? Next I am going to write it. What is this now? Center I am going to write it. Center. Center means what? Middle of the place it is going to come. Middle of the place it is going to come. But it is not recommended. Are you getting? So next I will try to write it. If you type any wrong LOC, you can mention that value. You can mention. Here I am going to write it. So something like lower. I'm just trying to write lower. If it is giving error, we will rectify. If it is coming result, we will enjoy. So where is that lower? ఇప్పుడు ఆన్సర్ వచ్చింది మనకు. What is this? Lower is not a valid value for LOC. Supported values are best, upper right, upper left, lower right, right, center left, center right, lower center, upper center, and center. So coming to this, what is this now? Upper left, lower is not saying. It is, there is no value for it. What are the LOC values here? నేను పెట్టుకుంటాను ఇక్కడ. Based on that, I will go for it. Supported values of LOC or supported values for LOC or LOC argument or Supported value for argument or what? Best upper right, upper left, lower right, right, center left, center right, lower center, but lower is not there. So my interest is what? Lower center. So it is saying lower center, lower center. That is my intention. In the lower part, in the center place, I want to place. This is my intention. This is also not good now. This is also not good. This is called what? Lower right not good, lower left not good. So center left not good, center right also not good. So I think what is the best thing always to suggest you? Come on, best. So try to don't worry about all those things. Don't worry about all those things. Try to go for always what? Best. Are you able to follow? Now, clear up? So if you know up to this legend and then labels now, that is more than enough. Next, are you seeing one box which is rounded around that? Come on. So this name, that box around that is called what you know? Fancy box we can call. Spell out fancy box. You will అది గుర్తుంటది మీకు ఎందుకంటే యు ఆర్ ఫ్యాన్సీ స్టూడెంట్ దానివల్ల ఏం లాభం లేదు జస్ట్ దట్ ఫ్యాన్సీ బాక్స్ ఈస్ విజిబులా నాట్ విజిబులా కమాన్ విజిబులా డిజేబులా ఎనేబుల్డా that fancy box is there na rounded rectangle box is there na is it visible or invisible ఏమున్నది అది మీకు క్లియర్ కనిపిస్తుందా ఓకే మీకు అది ఏమంటారు అది అంటే నేను అది అది రంగోడు కాదు అది సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ గివ్ చాక్లెట్ వాట్ యు విల్ ఫీల్ స్వీట్ స్వీట్ నా ఇఫ్ ఐ గివ్ మ్యాంగో పీస్ వాట్ యు విల్ ఫీల్ different taste. Correct or not? If I give bitter gourd, you will feel different or not? So that sense of taste you are not getting. అది నేను చెప్పాలనుకున్నా. So generally people are saying, do you have sense or not? And అదేదో wrong అనుకుంటారు. No, sense means the type of catching capacity is there or not. Anyhow, students, now I am going to write it. Now I am going to write it. I am going to write it something like fancy box is equal to something is there. I will try to write something here. So follow me. Something I'll write it. It is not necessary. I'm just writing. Just I'm writing. Fancy box is equal to true. I am writing. Fancy box is equal to true. I am writing. Now fancy box is equal to true. ఇప్పుడు చూసారా ఏమన్నా తేడా? So fancy box is equal to true. I mentioned it. Earlier box you see, here it is having some curve is there like this. ఇక్కడ ఈ edge లో this edge, this is something like a edged curve. Now I am going to tell like this. ఇక్కడ when you take angle measurement 90 degrees is there. Here it is not just like a curved. That is known as what box? Fancy box. You see that there is a sharp curve is there. ఇది అవసరం లేదు. No need to worry about this entire thing. No need to worry about this entire thing. Now I am going to write it. Frame alpha అని ఇంకొకటి ఉంది. Frame alpha is equal to 1. I'm writing something. Frame alpha is equal to 1. Because of frame alpha is equal to 1 or 2 or 3 or that is nothing but what you know. It is not going to give any special importance for you. Frame alpha is equal to 1 only you need to pass it. Because of that alpha, outside edge is called what? 0 to 1 range only. That edge thickness it is going to be mentioning. That is called frame alpha is equal to 1. And with that, there is no special appearance. There is no extra appearance for that. Next I am going to take up. There is no special importance of that also. Nothing to worry about it. Because just I want to tell you some argument names. How to remember it. Next I am going to write it. One more thing I am writing. Edge color is equal to అని ఒకటి ఉంది. Edge color is equal to edge color is equal to, now I am writing something like red. Something like red I am writing. So there I am trying to write it. Now you try to see. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, ఇప్పుడు ఏమైనా కనిపిస్తుందా? ఎర్లియర్ వన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ వాట్? ఈజ్ ఇట్ విజిబుల్? అది నేను అడిగింది. నౌ ఈజ్ ఇట్ విజిబుల్? నౌ వాట్ ఇస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఎర్లియర్ వన్? ఈజ్ ఇట్ విజిబుల్? నౌ ఈజ్ ఇట్ డిజేబుల్డా ఎనేబుల్డా? అది దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐ ఆస్క్డ్. That's why in my explanation, because I know the pick of it in my image so that I can understand subject. Matplotlib, if you see the result, then you can understand my explanation. That is the difference between visualization concept. Are you following me? Edge color is equal to like this. Edge color is equal to what? Edge color is equal to something like this. If I try to take it, it is going to be visible like this. Clear? Next, edge color. Next I am going to write it. Next I am going to write it. One more is there, shadow. Shadow. This is called red. This is called red. There I am writing shadow. I am going to write it. Shadow is equal to. Do you know shadow? Do you know shadow is equal to true? ఇక్కడ చూడండి అమ్మా. Here when only box is there. When I go to the shadow will have some mirror image like that. It will come. Fine, I'll show you that. Shadow is equal to true. You just observe it. Some shadow is there. That box is there or not? Actually, below one. This one not visible that much clearly. Below one it is available. Above one you see there is no shadow here. Nobody will ask all these things. Just the habit of remembering all parameters. Fancy box, frame alpha, edge color, shadow, all these things. Are you following me? Next I am going to write it. Next I am going to write it. Frame alpha is equal to. Next, last and final I will go to it. Same thing I will copy here. Edge color is equal to red only. Edge color is equal to red only. Comma. I will write it. Font size is equal to font size. Font size